Hey there, Happy New Year. It's me, your friend Muadi, coming to you. Just quickly wanted to give a quick shout out and a message on this channel to those of you who follow me. I want to say thank you so much for being on this journey with me. It's a very small community here, but I love it. I like the fact that I know pretty much everybody that's on this channel that follows me here. I wanted to just very quickly, first of all, again, Happy New Year. I hope that last year was one that was prosperous for you and that you are stepping into this new energy of this new year with some renewed hope and enthusiasm. I definitely am. And I wanted to share with you, I just finished putting out my newsletter, some thoughts that I had about coming into this new year. We are now in 2023, which is the third full, year of the pandemic. We're stepping into our third year of living with this thing that shut us down so violently. From my perspective, in 2019, 2020, there were a couple of years that were really touch and go for all of us. And people really, really suffered. In retrospect, when I think about all of the things that other people have gone through, I got out pretty unscathed. At the same time, I've been writing a lot about how the pandemic impacted me emotionally, physically, spiritually. Like many people, I gained massive amounts of weight, which, I'm not too concerned about because that's something that's more easily handled than some of the other spaces, other places that I started to feel less than myself. And I was reflecting over the weekend as I was preparing to step into this new year about how great 2022 was for me. I started to really feel that I was coming back into myself. I'm back in Taekwondo. I'm back doing my yoga. The dance companies that I work with and for are up and thriving. And I feel myself really enjoying life again. And it's interesting because there was a really significant period of time when I was really questioning the value of my work in comparison to how people were really, really suffering. And the more I learned about the suffering, the harder it was for me to sort of move the needle on my own progress personally and professionally, right? And I realized that one of the biggest impediments to my ability to really connect with joy was the increasing amount of time that I was spending on social media. Not consuming content that was nourishing or enlightening or inspiring, but spending my time watching things that contributed to the sadness, that contributed to that sense of just feeling lost and feeling that my work didn't really make a difference, didn't really matter. I mean, the shootings that we hear about all the time, and the passings, I can go through the list of the different things that happen locally, internationally, that have really caused me to pause and ask myself, Marty, what's the value of what you're doing? Right? I talk about joy, abundance, and things of that nature when there are people all around the world who are really suffering. They don't have enough to eat. They're not clothed. They're victimized by violence in unimaginable ways. And the more I was inside, the more I started to focus on those things, right? So I'm also the primary caretaker for my mom. So I'm oftentimes by myself. I'm oftentimes sort of in these four walls, trying to work, take care of her, and figure things out. And so as I was preparing to come into this 2023, these last couple of weeks, I've really been thinking about the value of what I do and the value of what I have to offer, my value to the marketplace of this world. And it occurred to me, I heard someone say once, and I can't remember who it was, that, you'll never make yourself hungry enough to feed all the people in the world. You'll never suffer enough to alleviate the suffering of everybody in the world. The best that you can do is be the best of who you are and hope that your energy will impact somebody. And that really is something that I've been reflecting on seriously for these last couple of weeks, these last couple of days, and in my meditation this morning. How can I be of service in my small circle? I can't change the world. And in order for me to stay focused and stay optimistic on the work that I'm doing, I've got to be mindful, as I'm always telling my people that I coach, telling people that I teach, I've got to be mindful of the information that I consume. So, and what I consume emotionally, what I consume food wise, in terms of nourishment. So I'm doing a couple of things that I wanted to share with you. I'm going to continue to come in this space because I like being in this space. I'm actually even thinking about going live and see what that feels like. And at the same time, I have significantly reduced my time on some of these other social media platforms, which I won't name. Still posting, still taking care of and looking at my clients. But I noticed that I was becoming what I call a scroll troll, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, seeking out, and the more you scroll on a certain topic, the more the algorithms put that topic on your timeline, right? So if you're constantly scrolling, war and violence, that's what you're going to get on your timeline. If you're constantly scrolling and looking at shootings and other types of things of that nature, that's what's going to come on your timeline. And so I realized that I needed to detox a little bit from those spaces so that I can get myself together, because I can't change the world, but I can change myself. I can change my community, and I can positively impact and be positively impacted by other people around me. And through those synergetic sort of spaces and through that energy, those energy exchanges, the conversation exchanges, the uplifting, the mutual uplifting, I can make a difference in my corner. And if we all make a difference in our respective corners, when those corners come together, the impact is powerful. So, a couple of things. Number one, I embarked yesterday on a 30-day juice cleanse. This is my third one. I've done them often, but I haven't done one since the pandemic started. And so I am sipping on my water, and just finished up a green concoction. And I'm doing it for a couple of reasons. Number one, I need to get my body back to a place where I feel that it is being respected. And again, during the pandemic, I let a lot of things go because I was focusing on the things, and because I was, upset about what was going on in the world, the elections and all that stuff. And I've decided that I am too important to my family, but most importantly to the divine, to God consciousness. I'm too important to let myself go in that regard. Things that I can control. I can control what I say. I can control what I consume, both by reading, by eating, all of that. So I'm doing a 30-day juice cleanse, and I am taking a break from social media. I'm going to stay here because I like it here. Not too much drama going on, but usually I'm just coming to support a couple of the channels that I like specifically, intentionally, and giving content here that I'm hoping will be helpful to others. But the Instagrams and some of these other spaces, I will be posting and taking care of my clients, but really maintaining a respectable distance for some time. I saw something on Instagram, of all places, where somebody was advertising an app, and the question that they used for their marketing was, what would your life be like? How would you change if you just disappeared for a year, disappear for 6 months? So that's what I'm going to do. And when I say disappear, I don't mean that I'm going to go off the face of the earth. I'm not going to go completely off the grid, but I am going to be pulling in and focusing more on this space. Coming here, talking about the things that are of interest to me. I'm going to be curating and being very intentional about the things that I watch on social media and how much time I spend. Instagram, I might have to take a break from for a while, but there's some really beautiful content on YouTube. I just found this wonderful vegan raw channel where this young woman is really giving really good information that feeds me, it helps me, and I want this to be a space that feeds you and helps you too. So I say all that to say, in this new year, let's refocus. I'm refocusing because I know I need to. I'm refocusing on my health. I'm refocusing on my wealth, and my wealth. And I'm refocusing on, I'm reemerging into the world with a different perspective. My goal for this year, I might have mentioned it, of course, is to get my black belt. I tested for red belt, and I passed. So I'm hoping to test, I'm planning to test for my black belt in this coming year. But aside from that, my goal, really, my mantra is to drink water and mind my business. Patricia Roberts has a song about drinking water and minding my business, minding my professional business, minding my spiritual business, minding the business of my tribe, and really making sure that I am investing my time, attention, and energy into places where I can have a positive impact, into people who I can really, really support in a direct way, into people who can pour into me, because I believe that it's a reciprocal thing. So as we go forward, I don't know how often I'm going to be here. I'm going to try to post here more regularly. I'm going to experiment a little bit with going live and maybe having some guests and things like that. But I'm going to focus here. And because there's something about this forum, this medium, this space that I really like and I really enjoy. So that's it. That's my commentary for the new year. I'm wishing that we together make this the best year possible. Okay. Challenges are going to come. That's part of life. They're inevitable. Pain is going to arise. That's part of life. It's inevitable. But the suffering that we create by what we tell ourselves about the pain, that we can control. We can control to a certain extent our environment, and those things that we can't control, we can control how we think about those things. So my goal for this year is just to uplift, to enlighten, to allow myself the space to be uplifted and to be enlightened, and to deliver content that just helps you live a better life, that helps you design a life that you love, and that'll love you back. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to come in and say, hey, hopefully I will see you soon. Have a great, 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 great night. And let's make this 2023, this new year, the best that it's ever been for us and those we love. Bye.